Hello, everyone. I decided that I would try to do something a little bit different for a video. Someone made a comment on one of my videos that I'm boring to watch or listen to, and I think that's accurate. I don't think there's too many Panzer Corps presenters that are interesting all the way through a video. It's kind of a intellectual game, and what I try to do is focus on some of the details and um, it's really for people that want to hear those details, which is a very small number of people. There's nothing catchy or glorious about watching someone play Panzer Corps. But if you watch me play some Blitz games, which is very fast paced and exciting and dynamic, and I can offer some commentary while I'm playing, that might actually be more interesting and it will go very quickly. I have not played Blitz in 2 years, and I have not studied chess in 2 years. I have not played any chess at all in 2 years. So I'm probably not performing at 2,500. But we'll see how this goes. Let's just jump right into this, and let's see what kind of player I get. If I'm lucky, I might get an FM or an IM. Uh, what is this? Okay, so I'm white. Can I move? Okay. I'm hoping with OBS running, I don't slow down too much. What? I got an FM and he aborted? Oh. Okay. Let's. I didn't play fast enough. I'm worried that OBS is going to slow things down. What is up with these ads? I don't have ad block on Google Chrome. That's going to slow things down. Go away. Is it going to load an ad every single time I get a new page? Okay, can I play? Alright, so... Oh, we get a Sicilian. This is going to be great, because we might get a Nightorf. Oh boy. Oh, my mouse is really slow. That's not good. It's because of these ads. We are going to get a Nightorf, and I'm going really slow. Yeah. Nightorf is one of the most complicated openings in chess. And I also play the most complicated line against it. So I'm either going to get crushed, or I will crush them. So we're going for very aggressive lines. Oh god, Queen F3. This is to set up tactics to stop B5 because there's a rook in the corner. Do I remember my lines? No, not at all. One of the most complicated openings you can play. Correct. I really... Oh my god, I don't remember what I'm supposed to play. Let's just keep going. One of the ideas is to storm the king side very quickly. I need to start moving quickly here. So I'm trying to gain tempo by capturing and getting more tempo. He stopped me from playing e5 because he could play bishop b7 and skewer me. Well, he got rid of his dark squared bishop. That's interesting. That means the dark squares around the king are weaker. I do have a weak... This diagonal is a huge problem for me, but I'm going to play bishop g2. This is interesting. This d-pawn is very weak. Is he threatening d5? I'm going to do something weird. I'm going to back off and attack his d-pawn. He doesn't have anything here defending it. Now I'm calculating tactics. If I can take this, he takes rook d7, queen b6. That's really complicated, and I'm not gonna continue calculating it. I'm behind on time because of my slow mouse as well. I have to defend this pawn. There was maybe the possibility I could take this, but I also broke the pin on the e pawn. Is he threatening d5? What's the worst that could happen? I'm gonna do something weird. I'm gonna play rook h2 to protect my bishop, and then I might slide over. He can't advance on the queen side. I stopped b4, and he can't push the a pawn either. What is he threatening? I don't know, but I'm going to move my bishop up so my rook can slide over. He still can't. I have c2 protected as well. This is unusual. My queen's normally over here. So a lot of the pins on the c file on my knight don't work anymore because my queen's protecting c2. So now I'm going to triple up on the d file with a battery, and now he has to figure out what he's doing with his pawn. My e pawn is not pinned anymore because my queen is protecting my bishop. That's a big deal. I also have a lot of space on the king side. That could be valuable in the endgame. It's also unusual I haven't moved my king over yet, but he doesn't have a dark squared bishop, so... what is he threatening? See, my king, because I didn't move my king, I now have problems. He's threatening b3. Because I didn't move my king, the threat on b3 is quite substantial. Okay, 94. So I have to... Now we get into wild, crazy tactics. He's going to play b3, and then I'm going to play king b1. He's going to take... Then I'm going to do something really weird. He's going to take, and I'm not going to take back. Oh, okay. He took that way. This is interesting. I'm also in serious time pressure because I'm talking, so I have to go a lot faster. I might need to go for h5, h6 to weaken the king side. What happened? Thank you. What is going on? Let me scroll up, please. Google Chrome is playing weird with this site. I don't normally use it. He's going to try to clock me in the endgame. I'm up a pawn. I want a pawn. I have a lot more space on the king side. I might be able to use that. But I have to be careful about my back rank. So I'm going to give myself a flight square. He blocked me from making a push over here. I might want to play h5. I'm going to set a trap. If he takes the pawn, then I'm going to checkmate him. He did not fall for it. Now I'm going to go for f6. I want to block the king from escaping. So I'm stacking a pawn to weaken the king side, so I can set up some mating nets. I'm also I could take this pawn. Not yet, because he has perpetual. No, I have to watch out. My rook is hanging. So I'm definitely going to check him. Then I'm going to play rook d7 because his queen has to stay on the d8 square. And then I'll play b4 if he plays queen a5. Oh, he's threatening this. So I'm going to get off that check. He has to constantly guard d8. Now I'm going to go queen h6, queen g7 if I can get away with it. Oh, he's trying to clock me. He was trying to clock me. Oh, that was a nice try. Can I get rid of this? It saw that I played the knight orphan and it's giving me an ad. Let's talk about what happened in that game. So this is all theory. I have my iPad, so I can pull that out. Okay, so we're going into one of the most complicated openings in chess. That's a great way to start off. And I don't remember my theory, I just remember some things. This is a mainline Najdorf. I have all these variations inputted on my iPad. So let me pull up this line. Let's figure out where the first deviation happens. Queen c7, castle. Castle. Oh, I messed up. I played g4, which is my normal reckless move. I'm supposed to play queen g3. Probably in anticipation of... Oh, that's interesting. So I'm going to put my bishop on d3 and guard against some of the shenanigans on that diagonal. But I do the worst thing. I actually open up the diagonal, which is actually common in this variation, or in this opening, but not in this particular variation. And a lot of Najdorf players will go into some line like this. So he's playing like an anti-aggressive line. I know exchanging on f6 is pretty common to gain momentum. And then I did, this is what I want to calculate. I wanted to take the pawn, but then this happens. And what I was trying to calculate was rook d7. So if he were to take my knight, I think this is good for me. I take his queen, he has to take my queen, and then I take his bishop. I think it's good for me, but not as good. I'm not sure. That's a little complicated. The other variation, of course, is I could just take it and play rook h2. And I didn't win anything. But I think he would just go here. Yeah, I don't know. This feels roughly equal. So I don't know how I feel. Maybe, is there another line I could play here? I was hoping to get away with this. Because the other line I was looking at is queen b6, and then I might be able to pin the knight, but he gets another intermediate move. Yeah, and I also queen e3 is a problem, so that's not going to work. I think I might have been right not to play this. So what did I play? Yeah, so bishop g2 is a common move. The rook h2 is a little subtle. So my idea was to get this rook onto the d file. This is the biggest weakness in black's position, so I planned on attacking it. And he and then I moved my bishop to a square. My queen protects it. This is unusual setup for white. Normally I'm pushing like a maniac on the king side, but I was trying something safer just to see what my opponent would do. And I missed that the point of queen b6 was b4. And there's nothing I could do about it. If I play a3, they play a5. And now that push is coming. My opponent played a sharp line. I should play... there's nothing I can play. If I play king b1, he plays b4 anyway. And I'm left with an awkward situation. So I played the most aggressive move, but very dangerous. I played rook here, right? And then he played d5. But what if he plays b4? Oh, right, I get the tempo, because his queen's under attack. So he has to play d5. He has to play d5. This is where it gets wild, because he throws in this intermediate move. One move I was looking at was taking the pawn, but I think he just takes my knight, and he's threatening checkmate. Oh, wait, I had this move. And black gets checkmated. The other move I thought he could play was... He can't play this one, because I have this move. Oh, he could play this one. He has knight takes. Yeah. And then the problem is, my knight isn't really so hot at the end of that exchange. Can I play this? It might be better than what I did. Let's see. Oh, he can also play rook takes d4 first. I take... He takes... And then he takes my knight. Yeah, and then I'm losing. So I think I handled that correctly. What did I play? I played knight e4. b3 is an exclamation mark move. It's brilliant. I can't take the pawn, and I can't take either way. If I take this way, he's just going to murder me because of the discovered check on the c-file. And if I take this way, he's going to murder me with a pin. So I did the only thing that made sense. I have to protect my queening square so he doesn't get a pawn on the 7th rank. And my plan was if he took the pawn, I would play king a1. And then he doesn't get a check. Because if I play this, there's a mating line. And yeah, I did calculate this. There's a mating line. Whoops. Let me go back. He just takes this pawn, and if I do something crazy like b3, then he's gonna take the pawn with his bishop, and with the knight, and I'm gonna be in trouble. So I would have to play something like king b1, and then he plays queen a5, and I have to play knight c3. But he can shift his rooks to the b and c file, and now I'm in a lot of trouble. So that's why I was going to play king a1. So if he plays the exact same line, my king is not immediately in danger. And I could easily play something like knight f6. Look at this. Now I'm threatening to checkmate him. or very close to checkmating him. Oh, that's so nasty. Like, let's say he plays something like this. I just play queen g1, king f8, queen g7, king e8, queen g8 mate. I didn't calculate this. I just suspected it was possible. But I would have found it for sure. Oh, that's why he didn't play it. I was wondering why he didn't take the pawn, but he was smart. He knew that there was something fishy going on. So instead, what did he play? He took this way. The problem taking this way is all of the pressure is off my position. I can challenge him on the c-file, and now this liquidation is just good for me. My bishop is really good in this position, and he saw that, so he forced me to trade. But I won a pawn. And I have a lot of space on the king side, so it's really funny that the attack continued. Yeah, a3 is right. It's the safe move. Queen c7, and then I played h5. I had set a trap. If he takes my pawn, I play rook d8, take, and I checkmate him with a pawn. That was calculated. That That was very nice, actually. So he took the pawn because it's the only thing that makes sense. He can't let me push to h6. Then it's game over. Then I played this was my real plan. My real plan was deflecting the pawn away from covering this square so I could advance. And the crazy thing is I'm not even down in material. King g7 is a disaster. I have no idea why he played that move. He can't play king g6 because I'll play queen d3 checkmate. So he has to play... Well, it doesn't really matter what he plays because this is already looking ugly. Rook d7 is threatening the f-pawn. He played queen a5. Did I miss? Oh, I missed rook takes f7. Oh! Oh, but it doesn't work because he has queen f5. I go king a1 and then he takes. Nice. Okay, so I didn't miss rook takes f7 because he has a check. I think I saw that, but I saw the check too. And I can't take the pawn because he has check. Oh, I could have taken the pawn because I had rook d1. Oh, yeah, he was in trouble because then I could play king a1. And now I'm threatening queen h6, queen g7. I don't know what he does. His rook is permanently tied. He's lost, just strategically, because he can't move the rook off the back rank because I'm threatening checkmate. I'm going to play queen h6, which is going to force queen g6. He could try to run, but that's really dangerous because I can play this. And now I'm threatening checkmate again. He has no way to block that. Yeah, oh my god. He has to play queen g6, basically. And let's back this up. If he does, I can take. He has to take. If he takes with the h-pawn, he might as well as resign because his pieces can't move, but I have this move. Yeah, it's over because... Oh, if he takes with the f-pawn, he can do this. Okay. Oh, but I have this move. So if he goes here, I play rook a7, threatening checkmate. Sometimes I am just a nasty player. This is a good line, though, because he gets two passed pawns on the king side. This is a really wild line. I would have to play... I would have to think about this. This may not be good. Especially if I'm in such a dominant position. Here we go. I should play... I can't play b4 because he has rook c1. Hang on. So... I have a really nasty idea. If I play queen g4, my opponent has to either move the rook or play queen c2. Can I win if I take the queen? How do I stop this rook c5 nonsense? He's also threatening h6, which would unhinge my line. Oh, hang on. He checked, and then he played queen g6. Queen g6. Yeah. He could play queen c2, which would be annoying. If I go here, he plays queen c2. Oh, but I have queen d4, threatening checkmate. So he either plays rook f8 or queen c7. If he plays queen c7, I play rook h1, threatening queen h4, queen h6. Well, there's a lot. I think I have the advantage, though. Anyway, let's play another game. The fact is, black misplayed that a little bit, but I still had some interesting play. Oh, let's see. I'm going to be black, presumably. Okay, so d4. Let's play King's Indian. Only the most complicated opening in all of chess. What could possibly go wrong? Let's see what variation of the King's Indian I get. Bishop e2. I gotta be careful. Bishop e2 is tricky. I remember this. If I castle, something bad is gonna happen. How do I play against this? Is it a5? Because he's wanting to play g4, g5. Yeah, he's trying to set up this attack on the king side. I haven't castled. This is weird. Okay, I'm going to put the question to the bishop. By not castling, I reserve this option. And then I'm going to do this. I'm trying to get rid of the dark squared bishop. It's very strong in the King's Indian. So he got rid of his light squared bishop. So I'm not castling right now, because now my h-pawn would hang. But I could play c5. I like this, so I'm going to force the issue on this diagonal. My dark squared bishop can be pretty bad in the King's Indian, but in some lines, if you get this open, it's not so bad. Next, I'm going to play a4 so he can't completely lock the queen side with a4 himself. I'm thinking about tactics with knight b4, taking, and then grabbing this pawn, but I think it's potentially dangerous. So now I'm going to play h5 so that when my h-pawn doesn't hang if I decide to castle. He's going for it. He is all in on this attack. So I'm going to do something, I'm so out of theory, I'm going to do something unusual just to screw with him. Because he's like expecting at any moment I'm going to castle kingside, so I'm just not going to do it. So now I could play h4 myself and try to attack his king. Also, this diagonal being open could pose long-term problems for him. I'm reserving this knight b4 tactic when I think it will work. So he's going to play b4 here. I can always play king b8, king a8 to run away from the c-file action. I think he misplayed here because now I'm threatening his interesting. If I take the pawn though, he gets this crazy stuff. He's threatening b4. I have to take the knight. So I'm going to go after this pawn because it's the only thing I can actually attack. I'm expecting him to just get really aggressive. He has to be careful. If he plays b4 too soon, I'm going to snatch his rook. And getting the c-file is not enough. Okay, his knight's really strong, so I'm going to get rid of it. He might have misplayed himself a little bit. Because he loses the pawn, he's now forced to close the c-file, and now I can protect this guy. I'm gonna run to A8 so I can swing my rook over. Or no, yeah. So he's gonna threaten my B pawn, and then I'm gonna play B6 to shore up my defenses. He can't actually attack my A pawn with anything more than his queen, so I blocked the pin so he can't play rook b4 to threaten to win the pawn. I could play rook b7 next. Maybe. I have to be careful. There could be tactics. So we're both kind of like, I want a pawn. Is that good? I think that's not good. Let's find out. He's going to go for this crazy attack, and I think it's not going to work. So sometimes when you're playing Blitz, you just need to go with what you think is right. He is going to get this dark squared bishop going, but I think I can hold. Like, I could play rook a8 fairly soon. And I think it's going to be a problem. It's unclear. This could be a sound sacrifice. It might be balanced. I might not be able to make any progress. So he's going to try to weaken my dark squares so his bishop can start attacking it. So I'm attacking this, so he plays queen b3. And then I'm going to play queen d8. My plan is to take with the queen if he takes my pawn, so I can open up lines for my rooks. So rules of thumb with rooks, you want open lines. He probably should play e6 or something weird to prevent me from doing that. Gonna go here. I'm gonna, in case he opens the e file, I want to have something ready to go. I'm gonna immediately challenge him. Oh, why did I do that? That was kind of bad. Yeah, I know, you have that square. Because he's threatening rook b5. Alright, this is going to be an exciting end. He actually had me. He just miscalculated a little bit. He might still have me, unfortunately. Yeah, he got me. So, what happened with the sacrifice? I had no time to calculate that. This is Blitz. You never have time. That was a clever sacrifice. A good rule of thumb in Blitz is to almost always accept sacrifices, because it's hard sometimes to prove compensation. Um, yeah. Here, maybe that's wrong. Maybe I shouldn't be bothering to fight over here. I should be fighting like this. If I had activated my queen, I think it would all be fine. He can't do whatever he wants anymore. I'm threatening this pawn. He could play rook e1. Oh, but then he gets the e-file. Ooh. Maybe this is a good sacrifice. How do I get my pieces out? Oh, I missed it. It's c4. If I play c4, all of my problems go away. Because if he goes here, I can check. And it's at least equal. If he does, let's see, queen e3, that doesn't work, queen c5. Okay, so the sacrifice wasn't sound, I don't think. Let's try another game. I just didn't see the c4. If I was playing a real game, I think I would have seen that. c4 would have been perfect. Because I'll be able to liquidate, probably. Yeah, what was I even supposed to play? I don't remember what to play against weird King's Indian. Okay, I played the Sicilian. Okay, so he's playing a weird line. It's an anti-Najdorf, anti-Shevchnikov line. What the... Oh, God. I think I go here, and I play an early f5. I play e5 to stop d4 so they don't get a bunch of space. And then I think I go here. This is very strange. I don't know what this setup is. I'm going to play f4 just to lock down the king side. He's going to castle queen side. Or not, apparently. I'm threatening to win a pawn. Let's see what he does. See, if he castles queenside, though, I have, like... This has got to be good for me, right? I can just play b5, a5, a4. Do I even have to castle? Because he's not threatening my king right now. I'm going to ignore him and just keep attacking. What is he going to do? So I'm going to open up lines because it's fun. I didn't want to open up lines on the king side because that's kind of where I'm weakest at. Let's have some more fun. Let's attack his weakest point. Let's see what happens. Because he's not threatening anything at the moment, I have the time to kind of torture my opponent. I think I'm... Now I'll castle. Let's see what he does. Because he can't take my pawn because there's this weak spot right here. See, here's the thing. Now that I've castled, I could play queen e7. This is good for me. I'm going to win a pawn. He's doing this out of desperation because he wants to attack the g-file. Oh, that move looks really ugly to me. So let's continue to put pressure on the b-file. Now I'm putting pressure on the e-pawn. Very strange move. I'm trying to block the H-pawn from... I'm covering my weakness, and I'm blocking the H-pawn from doing anything. That is super interesting. He's trying to escape, isn't he? Let's not let him escape. He saw. Oh, that's a shame. I'm gonna take with check. As you can see, he saw that I was going to set up a mating net of some kind around his king, so he's running away, but by running away, he's probably making it worse. That tends to be how this stuff works. Let's just make it really complicated and put my rook here and see what he does. I'm threatening knight d4 and the whole position will fall apart. Oh, he fell for it. See, his bishop is pinned after he moved his queen back. So I get a check so he can't take, and now the bishop goes down. And now it's all of my pieces are converging. Oh god. What the heck was I supposed to play against that? It's one of those weird... It's a popular sideline people like when they don't want to do a mainline Sicilian. I'm just looking it up. Oh, B3 isn't even... B3 is something different, apparently. So I was out of book. But yeah, when my opponent sealed the board and then didn't do anything aggressive on the king side, it just gave me permission to push my pawns forward, rip open the protection in front of the king, and then after that, the tactics just freely come. Alright, I think I'll do one more. Boop, boop, boo. The perk. Do I even remember how to play against the perk? Oh my god, no, this is something different. Oh my god, I don't remember how to play against... This is weird. This is C6. This is a Caro-Kann perk weird thing I don't understand. This is a perk. This is a perk. Or a pierce. So I like to do this aggressive setup, but I don't know if I should be against this. If you can't tell, I like aggressive setups. I like to go after the king as often as I can get away with. Right. So this stupid nonsense. Let's just play e5 anyway and see what happens. So what I'm calculating is b4, pawn takes, pawn takes, pawn takes, pawn takes. Oh, but he gets it with check. Okay. That makes sense. He didn't see that. He thought that I was winning something.
let's just play knight e4 preemptively and see what happens. So now I'm definitely threatening knight takes d6 check. He has to respond to that. He clearly didn't see that tactic. Whoops. There was a pin on the e-pawn, so... This is what I love about aggressive chess, is it just, the tactics just come naturally. So let's get rid of his good light square bishop. In fact, my dark square bishop is not doing so badly. Let's develop. What if I just developed my pieces? Look at my opponent's position. He can't castle. His knight's trapped. I have even crazy ideas like e6 at some point if I want. Let's just keep the aggression going. I want to try to weaken his pawn structure. He can't. I think that's a mistake. Because now, what are you doing about this? Because I think that's another mistake. So he has to move his queen. If he moves this, then I just take the knight, and he can't take with the queen because of this. So I can castle. His knight's pinned. This is a pin on the a-pawn. I can actually, ironically, completely ignore him. Wow. So I'm going to open up lines because... Oh, but I forgot about queen b6. Okay. Oh, but I have bishop f2. Wow, there is a lot to calculate here. Let's just take the easy way out. His knight is trapped. His bishop is garbage. So now I have a passed pawn on the 6th rank. That's going to be a huge problem. And then I'm going to play b4 because I have a pin on the a-pawn. So this guy is going down. Now I have a passed a-pawn backed by a rook. I can anchor my bishop. And now I'm going to keep pushing my pawn. His king is basically useless. And his bishop is useless. And his rook is useless. He has no tactics. I'm going to put this here because there's nothing he can do about it. Like, this pawn, I have 2 passed pawns deep into enemy territory. Then I'm going to play this. He has to play knight b7. And then I activate my final piece. And his knight is pinned. And that's game over. And I can always activate my other knight and do whatever I need to do. So you're just going to give up your rook. Okay. So now I can take it and... Okay.
Now I'm threatening to promote to a queen. Okay. I'm going to go here. And then I can play c5 check. Mate. Beautiful mating net. Okay. That was really weird. Let me look this one up. This was a Pierce. Let me check my Pierce theory. Oh, yeah. He tricked me with the move order. So I'm supposed to play f4 before bishop g5. Yeah. And then, and we end up doing the same thing. We're going to end up doing the same thing. g6, knight f3. Come on. And then bishop g7, bishop d3, castle, castle, b5, e5. And the whole part of the whole core of how I play against the Pierce is to go for an e5 or some sort of early kingside expansion. We ended up doing a line like this, but he never castled, and I played bishop g5 too early, which is something I'm supposed to play against other lines. That was interesting. That was wild stuff. He clearly was behind on the tactics. He missed the very obvious... hang on. He missed knight takes d6. That's just a tactic. This is a tactic you would love to execute in an actual game, but you never get to. Okay. I just wanted to show you some Blitz games. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Richard out.